What it do? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny here, or sTaTTicxx, back at it again with another video. Now, really quickly, I know I've been gone for a long time. This tweet right here single-handedly brought me back to recording content on YouTube. So I just noticed this today. I wasn't on Twitter, but this was actually yesterday. I saw a TikTok on my FYP, and I wasn't sure if this was a real tweet from the Marvel Rivals Twitter account. So I loaded up Twitter, I loaded up my computer, and this is the tweet right here. As your game continues to thrive, we want to reiterate that Marvel Rivals does not use EOMM. We are currently working on a video to demonstrate our developer insights on the matchmaking and ranking system, which is expected to release next week. Now, I want to just genuinely ask you guys a question. Because over the past 2 months that this game has been out, right, there have been so many people that when you bring up EOMM, they genuinely think you're coping. They're like, oh, well, you just suck at the game, dude. You just suck at the game. Shut the hell up.
Stop. Did run. Stop. Did run.
First of all, I know for a fact that I'm not terrible at video games. I've been playing console games for a while now. Like, okay, if I said I was playing from 2018 to present day, obviously 6, 7 years isn't really a long time. Oh my God. Anyways, the point I'm really looking to drill home for you guys is just this. When you go play a game like Call of Duty, more or less the modern Call of Duties with SBMM, it's more or less EOMM in Call of Duty. It's not even SBMM at this point. It literally is EOMM. It's been proven multiple times. Go watch a Prime P video if you really don't believe me. It is so easy to see in a game like Call of Duty that when you go to play Marvel Rivals, after winning like 4 ranked games and you lose on your rank of game, it's not a weird coincidence. It just happens to be the fact that you're getting psychologically manipulated. What is a game developer's end goal? Is to keep you on the game as long as you possibly can. So why is it that you go on a win streak and then the next game after you get bots for teammates? You get Down syndrome kids for teammates. You get throwers for teammates. Ain't that such a weird coincidence? You got people playing Black Widow in comp. And listen, there probably is people out there that are really good on Black Widow, but why do you think nobody plays her? The skins don't matter. She sucks as a character fundamentally. She's not fun to play. And it's so funny to me how with Rivals, they try to claim that they're not a competitive game, but everything, when it comes to Marvel Rivals, the first thing you think of is the competitive scene. You don't think of just playing the game casually. Everybody who plays Rivals plays ranked. Maybe you don't, which good for you. But I also wanted to add something to this whole EOMM deboggle. And there's another thing I'll add, but let's get to this first one. There's been tricks recently that I've been seeing all over TikTok that if you lose your rank of game, what you should do is switch to quick matches. Lose a couple of those games and then go back into ranked. So then you don't really lose any more MMR, but you hopefully trick this system. I'm not going to call it EOMM. I still will, because it most likely is. But that's another thing I'm going to get into. And then there's another one where it's literally just, if you lose, just hop off the game. Go play another game or just go do something else, right? So I was trying to record a video to prove that this works, right? So I was like, okay, there's no way this works. I win 4 matches on quick play in a row, and I'm not trying to win. I literally win 4 games in a row because I'm trying to lose, right? I'm playing Moon Knight, which I guess he's a decent character. I'm not like an expert. I'm not Flats, okay? I'm not the big Marvel Rivals expert. I'm literally just a guy who sometimes uploads and plays GTA and Fortnite and makes stupid Call of Duty commentary whenever I feel like it, you know? So I'm clearly not a Rivals expert, but I'm trying to lose. And then as soon as I get into ranked, I immediately lose. And I know for a fact that I'm not a bad player, but this system is literally designed to make sure you lose more than you win to keep you on the game. So many people have tried to say that this isn't a thing. And especially with this tweet that came out yesterday, if Marvel Rivals is saying, oh, they don't use EOMM, then what is it then? What's your next excuse? This isn't an excuse. If I recall correctly, EOMM is patented by EA, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong. Let's actually see who has the patent for EOMM. EA owns the patent for EOMM, not Activision. Okay, so with games like Call of Duty, you can already see in the COD competitive subreddit, clearly with a game like Call of Duty, they have their own matchmaking system. So even though it may not be directly EOMM, it's still a form of EOMM that exists. Not enough to be like an EA thing, but to be like an Activision thing. So the way that Marvel Rivals tries to deflect and pretend that, oh, well, we're not using EOMM, then what else could it be then? Your own in-house EOMM? Say I make like a brand of cereal. and I trademark it. So I'm not trademark it, or I get a patent for it. It's this specific cereal. It's like protein cereal or something, right? And then somebody comes along, copies my recipe, and makes it. It's still inherently my protein cereal, but just not with my name on it, not with my branding. Hopefully you guys can see where I'm going with this. The point I'm looking to make is that they may say we don't use EOMM because they have another system that they use that may be similar to EOMM. But until this video comes out and they start spreading this, only time will tell what their actual excuse is. Because another thing that you have to understand is NetEase is a very big company, a very big Chinese game studio company, whatever you want to call it. They are very, very big. Pause. Knowing the amount of money that they make, especially off of games like Marvel Rivals alone, they have enough money to get really good lawyers. You might be asking me, Johnny, where are you going with this? Just hear me out. With Call of Duty, when they released their white paper for releasing or talking about the EOMM, let me actually see if I can pull this up here. One of the things that really interested me when this came out was when you scroll all the way to the FAQ right here, right? Community questions. They somehow reword these questions. So they answer the question, but they don't answer the question. Let's talk about this. So this one right here. Does the Call of Duty matchmaking process impact any in-game elements such as hit registration? They casually reword the question so they can avoid it. They don't directly have to answer this. So they're lying, but legally they're not lying. Knowing this type of logic and knowing how big Activision and NetEase are and how much money they bring in, they are going to have lawyers that will rewrite these questions in a way that you can't exactly prove that they're lying, but you can also prove it. It's like it's your word against mine, really. That's the type of situation that we're dealing with here. It's the same with Call of Duty. It will be the same with Marvel Rivals. I am willing to bet every single dollar in my bank account that this is going to happen. What else could it be then? It is pretty hard to disprove this considering how much we currently know, but when this video comes out with them explaining the system, I'm really interested in the wording behind this. And the worst part about all of this is I'm talking so much crap about this game, but fundamentally I really do like Marvel Rivals. This is one of the few hero shooter games that I don't have an issue playing. I stopped playing Overwatch a while ago because the game just got boring. My friends stopped playing it, so we started playing Rivals, and now the game's good, but this matchmaking is just stopping me from playing the game solo, because if I know that I'm not going to be playing with other people, I'm just guaranteed losses. I'm not going to be able to rank up because I, as a solo, I'm going to get queued up against 6 stacks, and then when I go play with my friends, we get 2 other teammates who are just mentally retarded. What else could it possibly be then? If it's not EOMM, then what about the boss? Which is another thing I forgot to get into. There have been so many TikToks that I've been seeing recently, and just clips online in general, of teammates that they get queued up with. I forgot exactly where I saw this clip, but it was a streamer, and he was looking at this Blades replay at the end of the match. And this guy was just sitting in the spawn, not even moving, not even contributing, literally throwing. So within Rivals, you not only have an issue with EOMM, but then you also have a throwing issue, or even a bots issue, where you have teammates that genuinely play as if they have 2 working brain cells at any given time. Like they just spent the last half hour drinking bleach and then decided to go play Marvel Rivals. At this point, I honestly do not care for how Rivals goes about taking care of the whole throwing situation, because that's been a big problem in Rivals since the game came out. Is people just load up, you talk trash, what will happen is they'll stop healing you, they're gonna throw the game, they're gonna back out, they're gonna force you to lose MMR. It's stupid. It's just so many variables that you can't even control, on top of the EOMM that supposedly doesn't exist, right? Like, to the people that genuinely defend this, I hope you guys start to realize how actually stupid you guys sound. The fact that you try to deny EOMM, or even a form of EOMM, especially with how much clips people have been recording and putting out onto the internet, it is pretty hard to prove that there is no EOMM. On technicality, there is EOMM, but now we at least know with this tinfoil hat theory, which isn't really much of a tinfoil hat theory if you really look into it, but it's pretty easy to see that this is EOMM, but it's like the little brother to EOMM. NetEase is a very big company. Activision is a very big company. And it's pretty clear at this point that both of these games have one major thing in common: to manipulate you and try to get you to spend money. How does Call of Duty do it? They purposely do these corny collabs with art styles that don't even fit the game of Black Ops 6 or Warzone to get you to spend money. With Rivals, it's gooner bait. And listen, I'm not complaining about good-looking characters in a video game, okay? I am not complaining. I'm not complaining about Luna Snow. I'm not complaining about Majik. I'm not complaining about Psylocke or Sue, Squirrel Girl. I'm not complaining. All I'm simply saying is that when you look at both of these games, they both have a couple things in common. It's very concerning. And I don't know if I'm the first or one of the few to finally catch on to this, but recording this video, that was something that just came to mind. I doubt that people are really going to see this video. Maybe they will, because Marvel Rivals is a pretty big game, if I do say so myself. But man, I was excited for this game. I really hope that this game would be something different, but looks like it's going to be the same issue that we've been dealing with in Call of Duty for the last 6 years now. And with Black Ops 7 right around the corner, it's going to be Black Ops 6's problems, but multiplied to the power of 10. It's going to just get worse and worse and worse as this franchise continues to shoot itself in the foot. What happened to just being honest? But the sad part is, they can't be honest, because if they admit directly that they use a form of EOMM to rig up the matches, do you know how many people would literally quit the game? NetEase knows this. They're not stupid. The Chinese aren't stupid. You have to really think about this, bro. These companies only care about player manipulation and money. What else do they care about? They don't care about actually making the game good. Just because they include fan service does not mean they care about making the game good. Just because they add memes, that's like the bare minimum. Who genuinely cares that we have an emoji of Blade cutting up Jeff's hair with a high top? Nobody cares, because the game itself, the matchmaking, it just sucks. I don't care about memes like this in the game if I can't go on the game and actually enjoy it. If I can't play the game, then none of this fan service, chronically online crap, I don't care about it. You could pretend to care about the community, but deep down, people that have actually woken up realize that these companies like NetEase and Activision, they don't have your best interest in mind. And I'm not going to stop beating my drum when it comes to this issue, because I know that there's really no other way to disprove this. So NetEase, if you really have our best intentions in mind, you'll be honest about this matchmaking. But I know you won't, and I understand why. But still, as a very big company, let's actually see how much NetEase is worth. Looks like they're sitting at around $82 billion. This is the enterprise value. It's $65 billion. You guys get the idea of what I'm trying to say here. They're a billion-dollar company. They can afford the best lawyers. They're going to get the best lawyers to manipulate all of us, or try to manipulate all of us, because I'm not buying this crap. I don't buy the fact that there is no EOMM in Rivals. Go look at a bunch of clips online and try to disprove it. But it's really easy to see if you go look at these games and their matchmaking systems. It is so damn easy to see. If you listen to the entirety of this, I just want to thank you, because I haven't uploaded in a very long time. And if you're still supporting me, I really do appreciate it. I know that, one of my videos about CS2 on Mac has been doing really well, but I don't know. I never really felt a reason to make a video, because either I'm too late or I'm just too lazy. And now I finally got the motivation, not really motivation, but just the true desire to just make a video. Something that genuinely means a lot to make this, Unlike these billion-dollar corporations, I have your best interest in mind. I wouldn't purposely lie to my supporters or to people just to get a point across, because I'm not scummy. I have morals. I'm a human being. I'm not spineless like half of these companies, okay? If you want to disprove me and I get something wrong, prove it in the comments, and I will admit that I'm wrong. But you actually have to argue properly. If you're just going to sit there and call me names and just say that I'm stupid and bring up race and stuff into it, then I don't really care. If you guys are new to the channel, you like gaming content, you like commentary content, and you like tutorials as well, definitely consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, liking the video, and sharing this with somebody who needs to hear this. My name is Johnny, aka sTaTTicxx. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Play actual good games that don't psychologically manipulate you with their matchmaking. I'll see you all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.